Before we get started on the review, I want to point out, visit the website in the description for my friends at Hendrick Chevy down in Hoover. This is available. Call Landon. His number will be in the video, and they will deliver anywhere in the state. So they're great friends of mine, so be sure to give them a call. This thing is massive. It is wide as all get out. About as wide as a damn water buffalo, but it looks good. It's not too wide. You have Hummer going across here that's lit up, and I would love to see this at night. Of course, here you got massive recovery hooks, which are awesome. This is a kind of like, I would say it's almost kind of like it's a lunar gray type thing, but it's got a little bit of metal flake in it, and of course it's got the gloss black with the metal flake here. The contrast looks really good. Of course, coming over here to the lights, you got your fog lights here. They look really good. You got your LEDs, you got your blinker lights here, and you do have 3 marker lights up top, which is standard for how wide it is. So for legality reasons, with this being so wide, you have to have the marker lights up top. Most trucks have them built in here, like the TRX and the Raptor, but these are up top. I think it's a good look, and I can see where this thing really stands out at night. Here's where an EV truck has one particular advantage over a standard truck. Not only do you have the bed in the back, which you can put stuff in, but since there's no engine, you have a fully functional front right here. So let's open it up and see what we got. It is power as well. You definitely have a lot of storage up here. It's plastic, so you can put a lot of ice, some adult beverages, you know, see how that goes. Though it is hot in here, so I don't know how long the ice would stay actually. But you do have LED lights here. Like I said, you don't have this with a standard truck. This is normally where the engine sits, as everybody knows, but that's a pretty decent amount of space. You can definitely do something with it. Moving over to the side, of course, you got the 2X here, which is the trim level package of this. Of course, you got the gloss black here, which is, you know, it's a faux pas hood scoop. It's not functional. This is an EV. Of course, you got these 37-inch Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tires on 22-inch gloss black rims. You got the HEV there. The tires and the rims just look really good and really impressive to me. One of the things, going back up here to the front, that I failed to mention, this does have an upgraded off-road package, so you do have skid plate protection right here, which is solid steel, and we'll go over more of the off-road specs a little bit later. Coming over here, of course, you got your step-ups here. These aren't rock crawling rails. These are step-ups, so don't go over rocks thinking you won't bend them or damage them. Of course, coming here, of course, you got the body colored mirrors with the gloss black. Here you got your cameras here. You got your Hummer emblem with the EV, body colored handles, and then you got gloss black going down the bottom, which I just think is really good. You got the gloss black hood. It's a good look. I like the color. I like the black contrast. I think it works really well. Coming to the back, and we'll do this in the back because you can see it a little bit better, but you see the huge canister under here. So each one of these tires has its own independent air suspension. You can raise and lower this truck. Like I said, it's air suspension. It feels like you're riding on a cloud. So from a technical standpoint, the suspension is top of the line, and it's all independent. You don't have to worry about one influencing the other, which comes in handy when we discuss the off-road specs a little bit later. Coming in the back, of course, you got your massive LED rear lamps. You got Hummer right here, which is a nice little Easter egg. Of course, we keep the gloss black with a little bit of sparkle in it. Coming back here, this should be blacked out, guys. Not gonna lie. You got a black EV here, you got the gloss black everywhere. Hummer right here should be blacked out, especially with this color. And maybe I just don't really like chrome, so there's that too. All right, coming down here, of course, you got your bumper, you got your trailer hookups. There's your trailer hookup there. This thing can tow up to 7,500 pounds. So it is capable. It is a fully functional truck, so you don't have to worry about it being an EV and not being able to do anything with it. So here's the key fob. Of course, you got your opening for your front, which we'll do a little bit later. Then the tailgate, lock, unlock, and your automatic start, though you're not really going to hear it when it automatically starts. So, all right, let's open up this. There's your tailgate. It does have the liner in it, and you do have power back here. Looks like you got some, like 120 watts. So it is a functional tailgate. You do have a soft cover tonneau cover on this as well. So this thing is ready to go, and you're definitely not going to damage the tailgate because this thing is spray-in bed liner. So it's fully functional. And this tailgate is really light. I don't think it's not power up, but it is really light and you can shut it pretty easily. Coming to the inside, this kind of reminds me a little bit of a Land Rover in the fact that you have rugged materials, but it's a mixture of nice materials as well. So it's got the rugged materials, obviously, for off-roading, but it's also nice. You got full rubber floor mats here, HEV right here, which is sharp. Of course, you got storage here. You have your USB ports here, but you also have climate control back here for the back seat, which I think is a good touch. And of course, we'll show this a little bit later too, but up top, you have these 4 massive panels glass panels, which, you know, you can remove them and take them off, make this more of a convertible top, but I think they look good. I think it gives a lot of light in here. I think kids sitting back here would enjoy it. And you got your armrest cup holder, which is standard amongst vehicles. Plenty of room. That's probably about where I would drive this up front. And as you can see, I got plenty of leg room. So coming to the front, it's the same blend of ruggedness and nicer materials. Of course, same with the door over here. You got your memory seats, you got your Bose upgraded sound system here, and you got your window controls. On the steering wheel, it's heated. It also has a nice leather feel to it. You got your Hummer EV right here, Hummer EV right here. Of course, you got all your controls for your digital display. You got your radio controls, lane keep assist. Of course, you got your plug power outlet control here, but this also does come with Super Cruise. So if you want to pay for the subscription, you can get the Super Cruise, and then on roads that are mapped, you pretty much have like an autopilot, if you will. Coming over here, of course, you've got your armrest here, which opens up, and it's a pretty massive amount of space, and it does come with a 12-volt charger in there. On the seats, they are heated and ventilated, so you do get that luxury comfort. You got Hummer EV and a plate right here written across. Come over here to the gear shifter. It's nice, it's firm. You got two cup holders, you got your mode selects here, and you got your car charger here with your USBs. You got massive vents here for your air conditioner. I noticed this earlier. These things are freaking huge. You got two right there, you got two on the end that are big, and they work really well. Here you have a massive infotainment center right here, and you can pretty much adjust anything you want to do off-road. Of course, you can your music, your maps, your cameras. You got, you know, your trailer assist right here, Wi-Fi hotspot, pretty much anything you want. Your podcast, news. You got your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, whatever you want. One of the things I like about this is the drive mode graphics are pretty damn awesome. Like right there, they're going over Mars, obviously. As red as it is. You can see how it's going over that terrain there. You got your tow haul, got your normal, and you have your My Mode where you can adjust it yourself. So I think these graphics looks pretty cool. I like the Mars rover right there. One of the things this does have that I do like as well is it does have the camera in the rear view mirror. I think all vehicles, modern vehicles, should go to that now. I know Toyota does it, I know the Ram TRX does it, and of course the Hummer EV does it, but I think the rest of the trucks need to get on board with that as well. That just looks sharp, and I don't know why anybody wouldn't want it. All right, more upfront features. So they do a good job of blending touchscreen with actual buttons and knobs. I hate it when cars go all touchscreen. So of course here, you know, you got your heated and cooled seats, which is a button. You got your heater, your AC, your fan speed, all that stuff. Your defrosters. Here you got your slip differential, heated steering wheel. Of course, you got your parking alert, your parking cameras here. And overall, this is just a good layout. Down here, you do have a trailer brake right here that you can use. So, you know, this does have the capability of a trailer. Like I said, it will tow up to 7,500 pounds. This particular unit is the 2x variant of the Hummer EV, so it's got 570 horsepower, which is plenty for a truck, especially an EV, because you get the instantaneous torque. You know, I know there is a 1,000 horsepower variant, and if my friends at Hendrick ever get one of those, we will definitely be driving and giving that the business as well. But this one's, like I said, it's got 570 horsepower, and we're going to drive it and maybe take it a little off-road and show you what it'll do. All right, everybody, one of the things, if you're watching this and you're interested in this, is what can it do off-road? What's its capabilities? So it's got a few things that are more enhanced than what you see in normal trucks. First thing is the ground clearance, 16 inches of ground clearance. It also has 13 inches of wheel travel front and rear, which is a pretty good bit. There are other trucks with a lot more wheel travel, but it usually decreases as you get to the back. This thing can go into over 32 inches of water, almost 3 foot of water. So you can wade through, if you know that the stream is not more than 3 feet, obviously, this thing will take you there as well. Like I said, it's got the air suspension, and all the wheels are independent, so even the rear wheels turn. So you got rear wheel steering, which can help out a lot. I turned this earlier, and you know, to turn around, and the turning radius for something this size was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe it. I didn't have to back up and pull back. I didn't have to stop and pull back and go again or do a 3-point turn. It actually did it fairly well. So from an off-road perspective, this definitely passes the test, especially with all the ground clearance and the skid plate protection and the wheel travel. This thing drives like a tank, and that's not a bad thing at all. It feels like you can pretty much go through anything in this. You can almost go through 3 feet of water with it. I'm not 570 horsepower. I'm not going to go into torque numbers because when you're dealing with EV, torque numbers are conjecture. It doesn't really translate that well. You do get a torque reading, axial torque reading right here sometimes when you gun it, but you know, I don't know what the torque. The turning radius for a vehicle this size is the best I've ever seen, and that's purely because of the steering, independent steering on the rear wheels. It makes this thing turn like nobody's business. I wish my Raptor turned half as good as this in that type of radius. You definitely feel like you own the road in this, and we're gonna get out here in a little bit and I want to see what the pickup is on this, see how fast EV puts down the power on the 570 horsepower. That's one of the big things with EVs, right? The power is instantaneous. There's no drive shaft loss. There's no lag from turbos. This particular unit is available, and I think the sticker on this is about $93,000, and Hendrick will ship it anywhere in the state of Alabama, and they'll ship it probably anywhere in the country. Obviously, there'll just be a little bit of a fee for it. But I definitely like the color and the color scheme with the gloss black. I will say this, I don't think this drives like a 92 or 9,300 pound vehicle. I mean, that's massive. I feel like, I don't think this drives much heavier than a TRX, to be honest with you. I do like the 4 panels with the windows up top, and I like the fact that they're removable. People, all of the Jeep fans out there can sort of treat this like a Jeep. Yeah, this just doesn't drive that big to me. So one thing I've noticed on this too is like when you're not pressing the accelerator and either coasting or you got the brake on, you see the regen come on. And that actually makes a big difference on this. When this was only 55% charged when we took it out, and it had like maybe 172 miles, and we've kept it on the whole time because I don't want to sweat my ass off doing the review in 95-degree heat, and it still says we have 158 miles of range. So it actually has done very well. All they need now is to pop in some V8 engine noise. There's the suspension. Look at this suspension travel on the little, so you like in real time. Yeah. It could have picked up this, it would have shown the tires. We're going to get behind this cop, and we're going to go around, and we're going to get on the interstate, and then I'm just going to dust it, and we're going to see how that goes. Just so y'all know, if I dust this cop and get a ticket, I expect this video to go viral on YouTube and definitely Instagram. So I'm going to keep my hat on so I can, while he's giving me the ticket. I'm pretty impressed with this, actually. I mean, you know, granted, we didn't take it off-road for a whole day and see what it could and couldn't do, and we're not, you know, we didn't tow with it to see how much that deteriorated the life, but just normal driving and a little bit of off-road here or there, I mean, I'm actually fairly impressed with this. Yeah, this thing has only 570 horsepower. It's got a lot of get up and go. I couldn't imagine what that 1,000 horsepower one feels like. Hey everybody, well that is the driving portion of this. We got it here on the main street with red lights. I'm impressed with the way it drives, so we're gonna go back to the dealership and we're gonna wrap it up. I want to see, going over a little bit rougher terrain, what kind of articulation this Hummer has with this fancy air suspension. And you can see the big cans underneath where the wheels are. The ride itself is really smooth. This is a small sample, but all the bumps and the gravel and everything we're driving this over, it feels really smooth, takes it very well. So I have no problems taking this off-road. I wish I could take it more off-road, but obviously this is a dealer vehicle, and I don't think that they would take too kindly to me taking it to the off-road and I want to do with it. So all right, there you have it, everybody. The GMC Hummer EV. This is a beast. It drives like a tank, but it's fun as hell. All right, there you have it, everybody. The GMC Hummer EV. This is a beast. It drives like a tank, but it's fun as hell to drive, and it will do pretty much anything off-road. I really enjoyed it. Be sure to come out and check out the website below. My friends here at Hendrick Chevy. This is available, so give Landon a call, and he'll be happy to hook you up with it. Be sure to check out my videos to the left, and remember, if you catch yourselves in the back roads of Tijuana and you have a fun car or truck to drive, go ahead and give it the business and have a good time with it. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one, everybody.